Pretty sure we are. So, I'll do some audio checks and then I'll do a brief introduction as to what we're doing here. Okay, yep, we do have audio. Very good. So, this is part 2 of the Sonic Frontiers fishing special. So, in part 1, we went through and caught all the fish in Sonic Frontiers that are available by fishing, by the fishing mechanics. Now we're gonna use this. Oh my god, are there enough ads on this screen? But my god, I guess that's the terms of a free site. Then we're gonna broadcast the ads and stuff. These views not necessarily represent those of the people blasting ads on this page, but whatever. I felt like it was a better idea to show them than to cut them all off and then maybe get in trouble for that. I don't know. I don't know what the right call is here. I've never really watched one of these before or done any research. We're kind of going in blind. I could get bonked for this. Whatever. But the idea is to rank all these fish that we caught and basically see what our personal opinions and feelings on them, right? Also, I can't help but notice these poor fish have been decapitated. So we've got some duplicates and some of them are like chopped off. I wonder if I can fix that. Hang on. Let me get back to... Yeah, let me get rid of window capture real quick and do some behind the scenes stuff, which is really in front of the scenes. I guess I've taken the scene down, so whatever. Image orientation. Landscape? What if we do landscape? What does that do? I'm just gonna toggle buttons and see what happens. Oh god, that may be worse. Can we... Is there any way? Can I just, like, have you not, like, chop the freaking pictures off? Oh, no. Well, okay, that may just be something we have to deal with. This is my first time, like, ever using this site, by the way. So, let's just get back to... I feel like most of these are oriented landscape style. They're not all that way, but most of them are, so... Or was square better? I don't know. Let's go to landscape, yeah. I believe landscape is the way to go. So, let's just toggle that real quick. And there we go. It's pretty bad. It's just, you'll just have to bear with it, I suppose. Let me let you back in. Window capture. There we go. Nice. So yes, after that delay, it's now time to rank our fish, right? So let's go ahead and do that. I guess we'll just start at the top. So our first guy, which again has been horribly decapitated, is I think a clownfish. In fact, did you happen to put these in order? It'd be handy if you did. Let's go large icons. No, of course they're not. So I'll have to do a little bit of searching over here to figure out what some of these guys are. I could have kept the Fishopedia up, I suppose, but whatever. It'll be fine. But yes, we have a clownfish to start off. So what do we think about clownfish? They're pretty colorful. They're kind of cute. You know, Finding Nemo, I think, definitely did a lot to boost, like, the standing of clownfish in the average person's mind. So I'm thinking clownfish are probably going to be an A. Yeah, they're an A tier fish. They're pretty good. They're not amazing, you know. You don't, like, lose your mind at the sight of a clownfish, but they're pretty cool. They're pretty nice. So I'm going to put clownfish at A. All right, next we have an octopus, and there's actually two of them. There's like a standard version, and then here we've got the blue ringed version. We'll get the standard one. We'll leave the blue ring one down there because the picture is horrible, right? But yeah, so what do we think about octopuses? They're not really fish, are they? Like, they're pretty objectively unfish-like. So I think it's got to be an F tier fish. You know, they got tentacles. They got like a bulbous head. They do chill with fish. They probably eat fish, but they are not fish. I have a feeling the F tier is going to have, like, most of these entries by the end of this, by the way. I think, just a prediction, this is mostly going to be, like, non-fish. Sonic Frontiers put a lot of non-fish into their fishing game, so that's cool. All right, next we have this guy, and I don't remember what this guy is. What would you call him? What did I name this? Oh, yeah, it's that one that I can't ever pronounce. It's a Kolkath fish, which I know nothing about, so let's do a little bit of research, yeah? Let's learn a little bit about this fish, because I think I know where I want to put him, and it's not going to be high, but I don't know. We'll at least give him a fair chance to, like, make his case, or at least, like, Wikipedia. So what is it? A polecat. It's an animal, apparently. That's good. Polecath was long considered a living fossil. Okay. It's a fish belonging to the order what? Okay, that's another word I can't pronounce. So that's cool. This is a confusing fish for me. This is very scientific. It's a lot about fossils and... Yeah, okay, so that did nothing to convince me. So yeah, I'm going to definitely rank the Polecath as a C-tier fish. No, nothing exciting about that fish. In fact, let's change this to, like... gray. Yeah, very good. F-tier has no color. But yeah, Polecath is a C-tier fish, I would say. Nothing exciting. I don't get really too amped up about them, and it's a pretty ugly fish too, so yeah. All right, next we have this guy. What are you? This is it's a gourami, which is actually a pretty cool looking fish. He's been chopped off again. My apologies for that. If I had known, I would have tried to make most of these pictures square instead of whatever shape the actual fish was, but too late now, right? We didn't discover that until late. So yeah, this is actually a very nice, like, very colorful fish, and I like the blue towards the head and, like, the red and yellowish stripes. So yeah, I'm gonna say this is an S-tier fish. You know, this is like a very pleasing fish to see, and I like looking at it, so that'll go S-tier. Next, we have the hammerhead shark. So I think I noted when I first saw these are a lot more pale looking than I thought they would be, are these sharks. And, I don't know, are sharks fish technically? Or are they something else? I think they may be something else, right? Let's see. Are sharks fish? Google says, sharks are fish. Okay, so it's not automatically F tier. That's good. You lucked out there, shark. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It's a pretty cool looking fish. I'm going to give it an A tier. I'm going to say sharks are pretty A tier fish. You know, they're definitely towards the top of the food chain. They're definitely pretty, like, cool and aggressive. And, like, people like sharks. I like sharks, but I'm not, like, directly in contact with them. So we'll put the hammerhead up here. All right, next we got a really creepy looking fish. It's an isopod. So, and we're looking at the red variety. There's red ones and there's pale ones. And the pale ones actually do kind of give me the creeps. So, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm just going to double check. So, well, first of all, let's find out. So, what is an isopod? Isopods are... Oh, God. Now I've got a bunch of creepy versions of them on my screen. That's not good. They're marine invertebrates, apparently. And crustaceans. So, they're like in the crab family. Okay. They have rigid, segmented exoskeletons and little dangly legs too. Yeah, I don't really care for them. They look like things that might be crawling, you know, towards your feet in the middle of the night. I think that's what I said when I first saw them, and I kind of feel the same way. So I'm gonna say isopod. You're not a fish, and I don't like you either. So you're F tier doubled. You're twice in the F tier, and you will not escape it. All right, next we got the marlin. So marlins are pretty cool fish, you know. That's a big, like, game fish, I think. People that like having fish, like, mounted on their walls would probably opt for marlins as a good choice, you know. I think you find them down in the Florida sort of zone. I've never been fishing for marlins, but it's got a very pointy nose that's been chopped off by the stupid tier list stuff, so that's kind of annoying. I'm seeing this Pokemon ad up here. It's kind of distracting. But, yeah, marlins are neat. Marlins are cool. I'm gonna say that's a solid A fish. I don't think it's quite S tier for me, but it's cool. They're a good fish. I guess that's one way to think about the tier list, right? Like, I didn't want to make them specific categories to like allow me some wiggle room to kind of interpret the categories how I want when I want to. You know, it's kind of like a self-serving move. But one way to think about it is S tier are like amazing fish, A tier are good fish, B are okay fish, C are bad fish, and F are not fish. Now, like I said, again, I might shuffle that around as required, but that's kind of one way that we might break this down. Next, we have, once again, chopped off horribly, we have goldfish. This is a platinum goldfish, actually, that we're looking at here. Goldfish are like a classic, right? You know, you might have good memories of doing goldfish mini games or something back at back at like the fair or something. I know I did some of that. Like there was like, I went to fundraisers where it was like a ring toss and there were like a bunch of bowls. And if you like landed the ring around the bowl, then you got to take a goldfish home. And I had some goldfish growing up. So I have some familiarity with the guys. They usually died within like a week, but there were also goldfish that I had one that lived like many years. I think it was my sister's actually. And yeah, that thing lived like a long time, like especially for a goldfish. And it came from like a fair, so it wasn't like special treatment or nothing. It was just like built different, I suppose. But setting that one aside, goldfish in general, I don't know. They're kind of derpy looking. I would say goldfish are average fish, you know? No one gets really excited about goldfish. Okay, next, and you can see Sonic's little smiley face there, we have a tire, right? So, this is one of the first, like, random items that we pulled up that I was like, huh? That's clearly not a fish, which is a bit of a spoiler, right? But it's a nice big tire, and, you know, I mean, I've never personally caught a tire, but it's got to be challenging to, like, drag one up from the ocean, or the lake, or wherever you're fishing, with nothing but a fishing rod. So, yeah, I'm gonna say that tires are pretty neat. Like, they're useful. Like, we need them in our day-to-day life. But a fish it is not. So, tires, you go in the F tier with all the other, like, non-fish. I guess I will say as well, F tier is not just reserved for non-fish. Like, really, really crap fish can go here. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, next we have a treasure chest, which was the bane of my existence on this latest fishing expedition. Every time we pulled one up, it's just like, okay, I'm wasting more time that I could be fishing for fish. I'm instead pulling up boxes that have like just tickets inside that are useless for me. So yeah, I'm gonna say, without thinking about it anymore, that's the last time I want to think about fishing in treasure chests in the same sentence. Let's move on with our lives. Treasure chests are crap, as far as like fish rankings are concerned. And as far as Sonic Frontiers goes, treasure chests IRL are probably really sick. I'd like to find one, but in the context of this game, yeah, treasure chests, F tier. Okay, next we have, I think this is a tuna. Let me double check that though. Yeah, that's a tuna. Tuna are tasty. They're kind of plain looking, you know, like there's nothing, I guess it's got the yellow fins, which are kind of like subtly stylish. And I love tuna in my sushi and stuff, but I don't know. Tuna fish are, you get A tier for being good to eat, I would say. Yeah. Tuna fish go to A tier because they're edible and they're quite tastily edible. Yeah. But they're not that cool. So I kind of want to put it in B tier actually. No, you go in A tier. Tuna are cool. Tuna are good fish. A tier you go. Next we have an acorn. I don't know how much we need to dwell on this. You know, we already passed No Nut November, so it's okay that we caught this acorn since we're like out of the No Nut month. But I'm confused about how you would actually catch an acorn with a hook. I think I came up with some theories during the fishing, but in reality, you're never really going to pull up an acorn with your fishing gear, are you? And it's not a fish either, so yeah, acorn, you go in F tier. There you go. See ya. Next we have an alligator, not a crocodile. This picture actually cracks me up because he looks like he's going, what's going on, guys? Or something. He seems like pretty pleased to be there. And in this, like, tier list ranking. But unfortunately, my guy, I'm going to have to, like, make a frown go upon your face. Unless you're aiming for the F tier because you are not a fish. You're a reptile. I know that. And, I'm going to have to relegate you to that location. So there you go. Another F tier fish. As in not a fish at all. Next we've got... Okay, these are, I think I called it like a lanternfish, but it's technically an anglerfish, right? This is a scary looking fish. It's kind of too scary. So I can't put it in F tier because it is technically a fish. And it's got like a cool mechanism for like hunting, right? With like the little dangly glowy bits. Like it's cool, but it's also freaking terrifying. And I don't want to come across them in my day-to-day life. So it also makes me think of Outer Wilds. So anglerfish, you go in C tier. You're a fish that I don't like very much. Okay, next we have the barracuda, who's given some serious side eye here. It looks like. Hang on, let me take a sip break. But yeah, so we got this barracuda here. So barracuda are very scary looking fish. Every time I reeled one of those guys in, it went like flying through the air. A little bit of like the fight or flight mechanism in my brain kind of engaged, and I started to sweat just a little bit. So yeah, I don't really like care for the barracuda very much. It's kind of sleek and cool looking though. So I'm kind of debating between C and B tier here. I think I'll put barracuda in B tier just because they're cool. Like, they are kind of scary, but they're not just like pure nightmare fuel like the anglerfish. I think I definitely prefer a barracuda to an anglerfish, you know, as far as like creatures I'd want to come across in my dreams. So yeah, you go into B tier, B for barracuda. Seems like the right spot, right? All right, next we have the black bass, right? I can't remember if they called it largemouth or black bass. I think they're kind of the same thing. Even though this one's not black at all, it's kind of like goldish brownish. Pretty cool looking fish, and a fish that I've got like a lot of nostalgia attached to, because it reminds me of going fishing with my dad for these guys back in the day. And it's like the main fishing fish that we would angle for, we would hunt for. So I'm gonna say that bass goes in the A tier. Bass are a good fish, so not amazing, but they're pretty good fish. Next, we have banana fish. I think it's actually a carp, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's a carp. But I call them banana fish. It's a very bright yellow color, isn't it? Actually, okay, research time. Are there any, like, yellow carp? Let me punch that in real quick. Yellow carp. Yeah, I'm seeing some, like, pictures come through of carp that are kind of yellowish, but none like this. None like this ripe banana sort of shade. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like secondary to whether... No, I was going to say it's secondary to whether it's a good fish or a bad fish, but no, the style of the fish is very important. It's, like, critical. I could put this anywhere between A and C, honestly. Like, it's kind of cool and unique. No, I can't put it in A, can I? It's going in C tier. You go in C tier for impersonating a banana, okay? That's just not cool. It's not like fish etiquette. It's not good fish behavior. You don't see any fish looking like that because it's just a bad idea. Look, it even has like spots on it. Like it's a little bit overripe. Yeah, no, definitely C tier. C for confusing. You're a confusing fish. Next we have, what were these things called? Chopper. Right, yeah. So, it is fish-shaped, right? It's mechanical. And fish are not generally mechanical. So this could be F tier, because it's not actually a fish, but at least it kind of looks like a fish. I think I'll put this in C tier, you know? Because unlike everything else, at least it's making an effort, you know? At least it's like trying to kind of blend in. And like when you pull this up with a fishing rod, it's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's kind of fish-esque. So, fine. That's okay. You go C tier, Chopper. Also, its little fins were, like, wiggling in a certain way. You can't see it because it's not animated, obviously, it's a picture. But it was kind of wiggling in a way that was, I don't know, suggesting... I don't know, maybe it's not metallic. Maybe it's just, like, maybe this is a fish disguised as a robot or something. I don't know. But, yeah, I think C tier is the right spot for this thing. This fish-like creature. Okay, next we have crab. Crabs are crustaceans. They are not fish. Into F tier you go, my guy. I'm sorry. What's going to happen when we get to the end here? Okay, we'll go down to the next level. Very good. Next we have a crayfish, which looks like a lobster, but apparently it's a crayfish. Once again, it's a crustacean. It's an invertebrate. It's not a fish. Even though it has fish in the name, like, it's a better fish than a crab, you know? Like, they're both not fish, but at least this has fish in the name. Then again... You could say that's, like, deceptive, right? So maybe that's more of a crime. I'm trying really hard not to get distracted by this ad up here. I'm kind of failing. Okay, don't look at it. I get really distracted really easily. Yeah, crayfish, sorry. You're an F-tier fish because you're not a fish. Okay, this is what I wanted to include, this next guy. So this is like a fancy anglerfish. Or it's flashy, sorry, a flashy anglerfish. So you can see it's like this nice, like, purple color. Its gums are like a darker purple. I guess it's more of a pink, isn't it? It's got, like, starfish that it, like, presumably kind of adorned itself with to attain its flashy status. Still very terrifying, but certainly more cute than the than its like shadowy, gray, evil-looking counterpart. So I think this gets a B tier. I think this would be a C tier normally, but it put some effort in and it's trying. And so, because of that, we throw it in B tier. Okay, what happens next? Right, this guy. Is this a flounder? I'm pretty sure it's a flounder. Yeah, this is a flounder confirmed. Flounder are kind of a classic fish, you know? They're weird. They're like funky because they're like sideways fish. I think they kind of like grow that way over time. Don't take my word for that, but I think they kind of like shift their bodies, which is pretty damn dope. But their eyes are kind of like stalking above their heads, so I guess they can see where they're going with their like weird sideways selves. So that's a little odd. They're also asymmetric. But people do eat flounder. I'm thinking, let's put flounders in B tier. You know, they're not good fish, but they're not bad fish either. They're just fish. They're standard fish. Yeah, B tier. That's the right spot. Okay, next, you can't see the head. It's been censored for the safety and security of the subject, for their privacy. This is a flying fish, which I think are great. Flying fish are awesome. They're fish that like they aspire to more. They want to be bound by the water like all their fishy friends. They want to explore the skies, and I think that sort of ambition is admirable. I think it's something that we should aspire to. That being said, this would be an S tier fish, but I gotta think back to Cuphead. I gotta think back to the running gun on the docks with all the flying fish just making life freaking miserable. Yeah, because of that, you go A tier. It's technically an S tier fish that gets bumped down a tier because of how evil they are in Cuphead. I think that's fair. I think it's reasonable. All right, next we have this thing. What was the name for this? It's a gold plate, apparently, with Robotnik's mug just kind of like looking at you. You can't tell what his expression is. His glasses and his mustache kind of mask it. But I guess he's probably annoyed because when you get by this, that means you like completed the stage. Whatever the case may be, as far as like Sonic mechanics and everything go, it's not a fish, is it? It's just simply not. So F tier you go. You can see right now, my prediction came true. We're already to like 2 rows on F tier, and I did predict that F tier would be the biggest tier by the end of this, and this seems to be holding true so far. All right, we got some duplicates here. We'll skip by them. Speaking of things that go in F tier, this is like an item box? Yeah, which is actually just a computer monitor with a like ring screensaver that needs, you know, no cord or electricity or anything to work apparently, and can like operate underwater perfectly fine. So not only is it not a fish, but it's working underwater where it shouldn't be. You know, like, when you think about it, fish are designed to operate underwater. They're supposed to be... Actually, hang on. I just realized something. Stream info. Just chatting. Sorry, let me change my category in case anyone comes in here looking for Sonic Frontiers stuff. There we go. It's done. Fixed. Whew. Should have done that 20 minutes ago. That's fine. We're not going to sweat it. What was I saying? Yes, item boxes. Yeah. So fish are designed to work underwater, and this is not, but it does. So it's kind of like at least kind of trying to be a fish, I guess, because it's like trying to be where the fish are, and it's like succeeding, like it's able to live there. But it has no gills, it has no scales, it can't swim around, it just sits there and like holds items. So sorry, despite your best efforts, little item box, you're clearly just not a fish. Okay, this guy, is it a king salmon? Yeah, it is a king salmon. So king of all the salmons. Yeah, I think since it is like royalty, it's got to be at least A tier. That being said, it has no crown, so we're kind of just taking its word for it that it's the king salmon. You know, it's like, what's your pedigree? Like, where's your kingdom? Where's your subjects? Where's your crown? Where's your throne? It's got none of those. It just said it's the king salmon and wants us to like take its word for it. I don't know, a little bit suspicious. But it was pretty big, thinking back to when we caught it. I think it was bigger than your standard salmon. And I bet it'd be pretty good eating as well. Hang on. Let's check that out. Our king salmon tasty. King salmon is the largest of the Pacific salmon species. They can reach over 100 pounds. Damn. And it's the highest in fat. It's often considered the most delicious and is prized for its thick, moist, and buttery smooth texture, which makes it feel like a total treat. All right, that sounds amazing. Yep, king salmon, you're going in A tier. You don't have the flash and the style to go to S tier, and we do have some concerns about like your credentials, whether or not they're accurate or not. But you're clearly like a superior fish, and so A tier is where you're gonna go. All right, this guy, I think it's a loach, you know? Yeah, or a loach rather. Again, a long fish that's been chopped off. Which I guess is the fate that awaits like mini fish. They get chopped up and served, but let's see what a loach is, because I actually don't know. I mean, it looks like some sort of eel, right? Loaches. Loaches are fish of the superfamily. Oh my god, why are all fish Wikipedia so freaking technical? Just tell me what it is. They're found in rivers and creeks throughout Eurasia and northern Africa. Oh, they're among the most diverse groups of fish. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of variety in the loach category. They are fish, though. So that was one key detail. In fact, like the key detail, I suppose, that we wanted to figure out. So it is a fish. It's kind of a longer fish, so it's kind of unique, you know? But then again, it's not that flashy. I think we're going to put this in B tier, you know? I think the loach is... It's a fine fish, but... It's not a bad... It's just an average fish, you know? There's just not more to it. It's a mundane, sort of everyday fish. So yeah, B tier for you. Okay, this guy right here. What are you called? It's a Medaka. This fish is freaking cute, man. I'm so sad that its nose got chopped off. It's got like a big old eye. It's like small, and it's got like a nice little round belly, and it's like a pleasing color. You know, this isn't a flashy fish. It's definitely not nearly as flashy as the gourami that's in S rank. But it's my personal favorite fish that we found. I like this guy. I think he's cool. You go in S rank. It's favoritism. I'll admit it. I'll embrace it. Okay. This is a moray eel, I believe. Right? Yep, moray eel for sure. This is something I've been wondering about. Are eels fish? That doesn't answer my question. Are eels fish? Oh god, it's complicated. There's like false fish and like true fish. Oh jeez. Okay. Are moray eels fish? Okay, they're bony fishes, apparently. Huh. What's a bony fish, though? They're species of eels. Wait, no, that's conflicting information. It's crazy. The internet's giving me conflicting information. The hell? What's an eel? Tell me, Wikipedia. They're ray-finned fish. Okay, so I think we can call them fish, if fish is in the name. Put the whole crayfish thing aside for a moment. So, moray eel is a fish. Once again, kind of a brownish color. And, like, its fishy status is questionable. I don't think it's a bad fish, necessarily. But maybe it is. Is the moray eel a C-tier fish? I kind of want to put it there, you know. It's either C or B. We'll put it C. Yep, definitely. I'm feeling more confident about it by the moment. Moray eel will be a C-tier fish. Okay, next we have a koi, right? A specific kind of koi. Where you at? Where you at? This is a Nishiki koi. Right. Love it. Lovely fish. Absolutely beautiful. I like koi ponds, you know, I like watching, like, you know, like putting the bread in the pond or the food and watching them go up and then dum, 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 and just like eat it. Kois are great, man. Kois are awesome. Although I think back to the giant koi from Sekiro and start to sweat a little bit. I think they're A tier. I think kois are A tier fish. I don't think they're S tier quite. They're pretty damn good, though. They're almost S tier. They're like approaching it. But I'll say A tier. And look at that. You know, when I wasn't paying attention, A tier is like only 2 away from F tier. So, kind of, I wouldn't have guessed that the A tier would have been the second most used category. And even like approaching F tier for like superiority. So that's a little crazy. Something to keep an eye on, right? Okay. Next, we have this guy. This is a cool-looking fish, actually. What's your name? That is a... And again, apologies for it being chopped off. That's an oarfish. An oarfish. Is an oarfish a fish? It's always the critical question, right? The primary question. Is an oarfish a fish? Yep, they're greatly elongated large fish. Mm-hmm. The picture I just pulled up on Google right now was a way scarier looking one than this one. This one looks like colorful and nice. I think this is a good fish, man. I like really like the aesthetics of this fish. I don't think it's quite S tier, but it's for sure A tier. Yeah. Oarfish A tier fish. F tier's looking awfully scared right now. It's shaking. It's not convinced it can come out on top here in superior. Let's see what happens. We already did goldfish, didn't we? Pretty sure we did. Yeah, it should be B tier. Yeah. Okay, but coming in the nick of time for F tier, we have the poison dart frog. So although frogs start out their lives in a fish-like state as tadpoles, this is certainly, and that can be like debatable, you know, we could talk about tadpoles, and we will when we get to tadpoles here eventually. This is certainly not really anything like a fish. Like, they can hop on land. I think this one like actually lives in rainforests and stuff, which is not water. That's like a standard sort of biome. You poison dart frog are not a fish, and you will not fool me. Get into the F tier. You're cool. Like, I like poison dart frogs. Like, they're stylish, but they're not aquatic little fishies. Okay. Next, we have the humble pufferfish. And that pufferfish looks like it's seen some stuff. It also may be like the most well-centered, non-chopped off picture that we've seen yet. So we got to give him some props for that. Yeah, I think the entire thing's in there. That's amazing. Way to go, pufferfish. Way to like actually fit in and not be I don't know, cropped out, I suppose. So pufferfish are funny. Pufferfish are kind of goofy. I don't know if I want to hang out with one though. They're kind of prickly looking, and they're always blowing things out of proportion. And honestly, the more I look at this one's face, the more scared I get. It looks a little bit too human-esque. I'm going to say this is a B tier fish. Like, they're kind of cute. It's kind of like they're striking a balance, right? It's kind of cute, but kind of creepy, and kind of prickly, but also kind of adorable. Yeah, I feel like B tier is the right spot for a pufferfish. It's not a bad fish, you know? It's just kind of... It's an interesting fish. Okay, we have another frog entry. This is a rainbow frog. I wanted to include it because it's like multicolored and like RGB gamer frog. So that's kind of the question we need to answer. Like, we have something here that's clearly, obviously not a fish at all. Not fish-like in the least. But it is RGB. It is very fancy. And frogs are kind of cute, you know? So what do we do with it? Do we stand strong in the face of like so much style and put it where it should go in the F tier? Or has it earned a spot in the C tier? Is the game advertising Pokemon Arceus? Sorry, is the... Not the game. Is this website advertising Pokemon Arceus? Why are they doing that? There's a new Pokemon game. Whatever. Okay. Now, see, I blame the frog for that. You know, I start thinking about gamers, and I like start thinking about games. Then suddenly, start looking at the gameplay up here. No. We got to stay strong, right? We got to be faithful to the tier list. Sorry, you're still not a fish, my guy. You're awesome, but a fish you are not. To the F tier you go. And no, I'm not doing this because I'm biased, because I want F tier to win. That's ridiculous. Why would you think that? Okay. After that froggy situation, let's hop out of it and let's see. We've got a spring. Yeah, I think F tier is going to start to pull away here. Whereas the frog at least had like some style points. I guess springs are like essential to the Sonic experience, you know? They're kind of like the unsung heroes. Sonic would never be able to defeat Robotnik without the help of a spring or a million. But that being said, it's not really fish-like, is it? It's nothing like a fish. And along those same lines, you know, rings, very critical to Sonic's survival. All right. Hey, Mr. Cool Cool, and bye, Mr. Cool Cool. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good week. But yeah, rings, there's no need to debate this one. Rings are definitely F-tier fish. Okay. Next, we have an actual fish. What is this guy? I can't tell. I can't see his face. This would be... I see him. It's a salmon. Ah, salmon. Salmon's a fine fish. Salmon is a good fish. In fact, it's a better than good fish. Salmon isn't... Oh, God. Let's hide things for a sec while I figure out what the hell happened. Boop. I think I didn't realize I had a back button on my mount. Did we lose all progress? Okay. Whew. We're fine. Panicked a little bit there. Panicked just a little bit. That could have been completely tragic, but we're fine. We're still okay. Where the hell did that salmon go? He like vanished somewhere into the into the tier list. Here he is. What are you doing in the F tier? You're clearly not an F tier fish. Salmons are A tier. They're delicious. They're tasty. They're a classic fish. They're not nothing special. They're not incredible. If this is like a rainbow, no, I'm thinking of rainbow trout, aren't I? I don't think rainbow salmon are a thing. But yeah, salmon, you go in A tier. You're cool, and you've earned it through your contributions to like my belly over the years. Okay, what do we have next? We got a scroll. These were also annoying items. And I have questions about how scrolls survived like in a lake without disintegrating into the water. Doesn't seem to make much sense to me. But yeah. Scroll, you go F tier. You're not a fish at all. Don't even play. I don't care. Like, your gameplay benefits are of no use to me. I've already beat the game. So, get in the F tier and don't look at me anymore. Even though Sonic can, like, spin you on his finger like a basketball or something. You're, not a fish. Okay, next. You know, with this seahorse lined up with this octopus, it looks like some sort of weird snake creature or something. Like, that's the head up there. And, like, a Cthulhu-like thing, and then it's got some weird body. But this horribly chopped and cropped monstrosity is supposed to be a standard, fairly nice-looking yellow seahorse. So, I think, like, with some of these, like with some of our eels and stuff, we got a question to answer, and I don't think we can do it with the knowledge I have in my brain currently. But we can solve that. Is a seahorse a fish? Seahorses are the only fish species that can hold your hand. Oh. Well, that's adorable, isn't it? Seahorse is a type of fish. Wow. I would have lost money on that. I would have for sure bet that seahorses aren't fish. Okay, well then, it's not going in F tier, is it? They're cool looking, aren't they? Seahorses are pretty awesome. Now that I know they are fish, like, there's so many possibilities. Where do we put them? It's got to be an A tier fish. Are seahorses S tier? Ooh. You know, I think seahorses fit comfortably into S tier, now that I think about it. Like, they're unique. They're cool. Some of the, like, dragon-looking ones are, like, really stylish. And they can hold your hand, which is, like, kind of lewd, admittedly, and probably shouldn't talk about such things, like, live on stream, in terms of service and all. But, yeah, I think seahorses are S tier fish. In fact, yeah, no, I will stake my reputation on that. Seahorses, you are for sure S tier. Congratulations. I didn't even know you were, like, qualified for that, but now I know. Okay. Next. We have maybe the most horrifying creature on this entire ranking system, with the anglerfish kind of being, like, neck and neck, even though fish don't really have necks. This one does, though. It certainly has a neck. This is a snapping turtle. Snapping turtles have always kind of scared me, because I'm always scared they're going to, like, reach out and, like, just bite your finger and just take the whole thing off. And the ones I've, like, come across in my real life. And this particular one, it's tough to tell because it's such a small photo. But this snapping turtle here is freaking scary looking. It looks like a real monster. So I think this is one of those, like, double F tiers, you know? Like, it's in F tier twice. Like, it's not a fish, so F tier. And if it was a fish and it looked like that, it'd still maybe be F tier. Yeah. Something I've realized is we may come back and, like, shuffle these around a little bit at the end, but I've realized we don't have a single, like, fish in F tier yet. Right? Like, F tier is pretty much exclusively non-fish at this point. I wonder if we should change that. Something to worry about at the end, maybe. Okay. Up next. Kind of, like, chopped off dramatically. This looks like a close-up shot. It looks like the squid is about to, I don't know, like, whip out a gun or something and, like, take out the bad guys, you know? It's, like, about to go John Wick on them. But yeah, this is a squid. Again, it's been cropped pretty horribly, but this is a squid. I'm thinking if octopus aren't fish, then squid probably aren't fish either. But we'll go to the official rules and we'll see. We got to be sure about these things. This is, like, very important. Are squid fish? Squid are mollusks. Squid are not fish. Yeah, that's what I suspected, but it's good to get confirmation there. I mean, I feel like this look he's given me, I feel kind of nervous about this. I feel like he's going to, like, reach out of the screen and slap me. He seems like not in the mood to put up with any bullshit today. But unfortunately, I got to stay true to my guns here. And yeah, you're not a fish, squid. So there you go. Into the F tier. You know, for a while here, A tier was catching up with F tier, but now F tier is, like, clearly pulled away. It's all the way on to row 3. Yeah, there's a lot of non-fish in Sonic Frontiers. Speaking of which, we have a starfish. I don't think I have to look this one up either, but I will. Like, I know this isn't a fish. I'm aware, but, you know, just, I don't want to be caught with my, my knowledge of biology's pants down. It's a weird metaphor, but maybe you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, starfish is a starfish. A fish. Google's already, like, auto-completing everything I type in as is a fish. So, yeah, for, like, the next year until I train it otherwise, it's probably, like, everything I type in, like, if I type in, like, I'm looking for, like, a watch or something, like, watches, and Google's gonna autocomplete, so our watch is fish. So, that's pretty exciting. Can't wait for that. Hang on, let me check the thing. Yeah, we're good. Stars, or sea stars, commonly called starfish, or not fish. Yeah, that's what I suspected. So, you're not a fish, you're cool. You know, it's a very distinct shape, and its regenerative powers have to be respected, and all that, but not, it ain't no fish. Okay, this may be the worst crop thing that we have on our entire tier list, but this is a, what's it called? Like a star pillar, I think? Yeah, star post. So I'll describe the shape for you. It, like, goes up and there's, like, a ball here, and it goes down and it's kind of like a post. Again, apologies for the crop picture. I will, if we do any more tier lists, I'll take this knowledge and we'll improve and take only square pictures of stuff. I guess this is kind of like rectangular, even though I'm pretty damn sure I chose landscape, didn't I? So it's fine. Anyways, this one would have been better served, like, by portrait mode, as would the octopus ahead, or above. That is its head. Yeah, this is a star post. Not a fish. That's enough talking about non-fish. Okay, now we got a stingray, which I always feared. I was always very, very afraid of stingrays and stepping on them. I said that earlier, but my understanding is they like to, like, lurk in the sands beneath you, and if you step on them, they're gonna sting you, and then it's, like, bad news, and it's, like, snake bite territory. So, I don't think they're fish. Yeah, see, Google autocomplete are stingrays dangerous, because people want to know, because they look at them, and they kind of get a feeling and a vibe, and it's that barb, isn't it? Like, right there, that they're gonna, like, whip around and just slash you with. You know, is my mouse showing up on screen? It's not, is it? Huh. Oh well, that's fine. Stingrays are bottom-dwelling flat fish. Wait, what? They are fish. Wow, stingrays are fish. Okay, cool. Well, interesting. Actually, let me see something real quick. This is dangerous, but I'm gonna be a little dangerous here. Yeah, I have capture cursor on. That's weird. You see it now. Oh, do I just have, like, do I have to, like, click into the window? Yeah, you do. Okay, I see now. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, that barb right there is what you're worried about. But, so it is a fish, so it's not going in F tier. It's kind of scary. It's kind of unique. It's not bad, though, you know? They're not, like, actively seeking you out to hurt you. They're just kind of, like, chilling and doing their thing, and they just, like, retaliate if you get in their business. So, I'm gonna say it's a B tier fish. I'm gonna say stingrays are B tier. You know, I think my sister and my mom went on, like, a cruise one time, and they got to, like, swim with stingrays and stuff. I don't know if I could have done that. I think they freaked me out a little too much, and I bet they can smell your fear. So they would have all swarmed me and, like, smothered me and stabbed me with their little spear point tails. But, yeah, I didn't get to do that. Maybe if I had, I could have gotten over things and gotten to A tier with them, but as it is now, They go in B tier. Okay, next we have sunfish, which are these like big, pudgy looking, like round, odd fish. Kind of goofy looking. I kind of like them, you know. It's it seems like a cool fish to hang out with, you know. It seems like a fish that knows some jokes, that would be kind of chill, kind of just hang around. I like him. He's kind of lumpy looking, but yeah, I'm gonna say that the sunfish is an A tier fish, and very like, seems like maybe the most relatable fish on this entire list. So, yep, A tier, not S tier, not that cool, but pretty dang cool. If you're throwing a party, you would invite sunfish to it. All right, next we have a tablet, which is one of the most surprising things that we pulled up. It seems to have some sort of notes from like the ancients or like God. I don't know. I can't decipher the writing, so we can only speculate as to what message they were trying to get through to us. But as it stands, it's just like a giant stone that's been carved up a little bit. Probably has archaeological value. It could probably go in a museum. But 'tis not a fish. It may have information on fishing, or like fish themselves, you know, it may have like some interesting information. It may have like the true ranking of everything we've covered so far, like etched into the stone. It's possible, but we don't know. And even if it does, it's still not a fish. Okay, moving along. This is a controversial one. You know, at a glance, this is a pretty fish-looking thing that we are setting our eyes on. But this is actually a tadpole. Tadpoles are not fish. I think it's pretty obvious, but just, you know, again, we don't want to spread misinformation here. We want to be right. We want to get you the right info. So I'm going to look it up. Are tadpoles fish? Yep, they're amphibious. So there you go. Google said it. It's not a choice I wanted to make. I'm just following the rules. You know, I don't make them. So yeah, this tadpole here is not a fish. It's fish-like. You know what? I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to say you look fish-like enough. You go in C tier because you're a bad fish. Because you're not a fish, but you're very fish-esque. You know, I think if we could put this guy in C tier, this like chopper, then this guy can certainly go in C tier. He's more of a fish than this. You know, at least the tadpole's like alive. At least it's like biological. So yeah, I have no qualms putting the tadpole in a C tier as a C tier fish. Yeah, no, we're moving on. Next we have a can. Yeah, nope, not thinking about that one. Can is not a fish. Let's move on. And I think we already did tuna, didn't we? Yeah, tuna's there. Ah, we have a twig next. So, not a log, it's a twig, even though it seemed big enough to be a log to me. Which brings up a question, actually. When is a log a twig? Or maybe when is a twig a log? Google's gonna be very confused about this. Yeah, when does a stick become a log? Okay, so someone on Reddit knows the answer, because of course they do. Because people on Reddit know everything, and you shouldn't question them ever, or you're an idiot. But this guy seems to have some pretty solid knowledge. So, in fact, I should probably credit them. So let me go to the actual site. And thereby throw off all my Reddit recommendations forever. So, Japjer says, that's JPJER from 6 years ago. Sure hope that's not a slur. They say a log is a cut part of a tree's trunk. Makes sense. A stick is a broken cut piece of a branch. And a twig is a small hand-sized cut broken branch or a small branch that has grown off a larger branch, which has been removed from the branch or tree. So, you have a trunk, you get logs from the trunk, there's branches that come off the trunk, and then sticks or twigs are what come off of branches. So it seems. So that's the general idea there. So you'll forever know, if you've been taking notes, the distinction between a log, a branch, and a twig or a stick. It's pretty useful knowledge. What that doesn't change, though, is that this ain't a frickin' fish, yo. So it goes into F tier. Yeah, see ya. So, yeah, that's the right spot for you. We have another spring. I don't think there's any need to especially rank the yellow spring versus the red spring. It's going to go in the same spot, isn't it? So, that's pretty much the whole fish tier list. So let's look back at our work and see if we second guess anything. So in the S tier, we have the very shiny and colorful, what was it? Gourami fish. We have this adorable, and my personal favorite. In fact, let me move it to the front of the line. What was it called? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah. This Medaka. Freaking cute fish. The best fish in this entire list. And then the seahorse, which is like super cool and unique and awesome. Then the A tier, we've got clownfish, you got hammerhead sharks, you got marlins, tunas, black bass, flying fish, king salmon, your kois, whatever that guy was, an oarfish, right? What was this again? Oh, it's just a regular salmon. Oh, so we have king salmon and salmon in the same category. I wonder about that. But then we have the sunfish as well. Does it make sense to have salmon and king salmon in the same category? I'm certainly not going to move king salmon up to S. Should I move salmon down to B tier? Salmon's a pretty good fish, though. Now, I think they can occupy the same tier. Like, it's weird. Ideally, there would be a tier apart, but we don't have that much. Like, we've only got 4 real fish tiers, so I think it's okay. I think king salmon's definitely towards the top of A tier, and regular salmon's towards the bottom, but they're both A-tiered fish, you know? Yeah, okay, I'm a little bit weirded out by that, but I think I can live with it, you know? Okay. Next, in B tier, we've got the classic goldfish, your barracudas, your fancy anglerfish, or, sorry, flashy, I think. Yeah, flashy anglerfish, very stylish. We've got the flounder, the, was it a roach or a rolch? A loach, right. Your pufferfish, which still, like, every time I look at it, I feel even more terrified. And your stingrays as well. And then in C, you've got your kolkath, your standard anglerfish, your banana carp, your... Are they choppers, I think? Yep, a chopper, moray eel, and a tadpole, which is the only, like, non-fish in the fish category, so you gotta give tadpole props for that, but I still think it's the right call. And then in F tier, you got all your non-fish. So your octopuses, your cephalopods, or isopods, I guess, tires, your chests, your acorns, your alligators, crabs, crayfish, which are not fish, in markers, item boxes, 2 kinds of frogs, springs, rings, scrolls, your snapping turtles, squid, which is like, looks like he's straight out of an action movie, starfish, which are again not fish like the crayfish. In fact, I'll put them next to each other. The not fishes that still have fish in their name. Your, whatever the hell this was, star post, I think. Who can even tell? It could be anything. It could be like a funnel or something. Your tablet from God, your cans, and your twigs, right? It wasn't a log, right? Yeah, it's just a twig. You won't seem really big. No, it's a twig. We know. No, I think this is a branch, you know. I'm going to disagree with the game. This is definitely a branch. This ain't no twig, yo, for sure. So, yeah. That's about the long and short of it. Is there anything I want to change here? We thought about these salmon, but I think they're in the right spot. I always feel like when you go back and, like, second guess yourself, you're going to screw something up, right? It's kind of like, you know, they say when you take a test, you don't want to go back and think about your answers again. Because if you do, you'll end up swapping from the right answer that you chose the first time, and then you'll beat yourself up over it. So, I'm going to say this is pretty good. I guess one thing I did think about earlier, are there any fish that deserve to be an F tier? This is a pretty crap fish, isn't it? This kolkath. It's not that good of a fish. It's pretty ugly, man. I feel like we need to put one... There must be, like, a worst fish, right? Like, currently, we have a bunch of non-fish that are the worst by this ranking system. But one fish has to be the worst. And if there's one fish that is the worst... Like, moray eels, they're not really great fish, but they're still kind of cool. Banana fish, like... I kind of despise that it's banana-like, but at least it's doing something kind of neat. This is, like, at least looking like a fish. Anglerfish, like... I hate it. It's scary. But it's still kind of... I respect the uniqueness. And tadpole, you gotta give him credit for, like, making it all the way up here. Yep. The worst fish in Sonic Frontiers is the kolkath. There we go. And then, yeah, there's nothing in here down in currently F tier that needs to go into fish territory, right? Yeah, if anything, it would be Gamer Frog. But no, we already have the tadpole, and I feel pretty comfortable with that, so. Yep, this is it. This is the definitive Sonic Frontiers fish tier list. So, yeah, I feel like we did some science today. We did some good stuff, right? So, pretty happy with it. This, like I said, this is a stream I wanted to do for a while. And I think with this, we can pretty much fully put Sonic Frontiers to bed. There's no reason to go back into the game. This is like the one thing I was still kind of wondering about in the back of my mind is, yeah, what about the fishing, though? Well, now we know. We've caught all the fish, we've ranked all the fish, and that's something to be proud of, I think. So, that's going to do it for the stream, I think. This has been Laggy Couch. This is the first week of the new schedule, right? Like, the reduced schedule, which, again, has been done for my mental health and trying to, like take some pressure off and just kind of, like, relax a little bit, because I did feel, like, a little bit overwhelmed, and streaming was kind of contributing to that, so we're going to cut out the Monday stream. So, next stream is going to be on Wednesday. Assuming I don't get the itch and have to hop on. But I'm going to really try to, like, take some time on Monday or Tuesday and just really kind of focus on relaxing and, like, meditating and trying to get into a good headspace and, like, stay in a good headspace, you know? I'm always very, like, up and down mental health-wise, you know? I'll have periods of where I think I'm doing great and, like, almost like being manic, you know? I don't think it's quite that, like, not clinically. But, you know, where I'm, like, really focused and I feel like I'm doing my best, and then I'll just, like, crash. And so I need to get a handle on that, and I'm going to try my best to. And if I don't, I'm going to forgive myself for not doing it, because I am still human at the end of the day, so. But yeah, so that's what's going on with that. I've already updated on Twitch and taken that day, made it like a. It's really going to be a flex day, right? If I miss a weekend stream on a Friday or Saturday or Sunday, we'll make it up on a Monday. But we hit all the weekend streams this week, so tomorrow's going to be a day off. Tuesday's going to be a day off. Wednesday will be our next stream. It'll probably be Celeste. And then I think Friday and Saturday are going to be the last streams before the Christmas holiday. So I'll be going out of town after that. Ooh, the music's ending. Pretty good timing, really. But yeah, so it'll be. So I think we got 2 streams to get done with Celeste. I don't know how much more there is in that game. It kind of feels like maybe there's about 2 streams left, but that's just a pure guess. I should probably look up how long it is on How Long to Beat. I guess I'm not too worried about it. I'm worried. We'll wait and see. I think we can get it done in 2 streams. So yeah, it'll probably be Celeste on Wednesday, Celeste on Friday, and then Tabs will be like the finale, maybe of the year, before the break. Because I don't know when I'll be back. It'll probably be a week off after that, at least, probably more. And then at some point, towards the beginning of next year, I'll probably come back, and then we'll get right back to it. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for, I was about to go into like a, thanks for this year and stuff, but I should save that for Saturday, right? So, I'll hold off for now. I should probably start thinking about that. About how to cap things off. But yeah, that's it. I think I've said thanks for watching like 3 times now. I'll say it again. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Laggy Couch, and the couch is gone. Later.